Who are you?
I'm Zack, and we're This Is Noise Inc. We're a small music and hardware company based out of Ontario.
Okay, and what do you have to the sensor?
We have the MIDI Blaster here. So this is an infrared controller. So if I press this, basically it has 4 separate infrared sensors. Each one sends a different MIDI CC value, which you can see on the software side here. So it's controlling the filter and the arpeggiator, 4 different values, all with a single hand. So you can tilt back and forth, side to side, and that will affect whatever you have it set up to do on the software side. And as well, it has 3 different presets, so you can jump between those on the fly with a press of a button. So you can set up the 3 different presets. You can customize those on the web app prior to your performance and control the height of the sensors, what the sensors are sending, and different values and whatnot, like the colors of the LEDs, that sort of stuff.
You said there's a web app?
Yeah. So there's a web app you can find on our manual on our website. You plug it into your computer and you can change all that sort of stuff.
That's cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this one right here, that's our first product. It's Noise Machine, NMSVE. Stands for Noise Machine Straight Vibing Edition. It's a Bluetooth MIDI controller. So it has 12 separate buttons, and each one sends a different MIDI note to the software. You have a MIDI effects knob. So you can assign that to whatever MIDI effect that you want on the software side. And then you can filter between 7 different banks using the slider. So that will change what the 12 buttons are sending over to whatever software you have running. It's almost instantaneous. So we like to advertise 10 milliseconds or less, which is comparable to USB MIDI.
And this one?
This one is the V2 of the Noise Machine. So NM2. Same concept, same sort of idea. Except you have 18 buttons, 2 endless encoders, so they spin constantly, X and Y tilt, which you can hook to whatever MIDI effect you want, as well as USB MIDI and Bluetooth MIDI. So it's still got the same wireless capabilities of the first version, with the added capability of USB to hook to like hardware as well as software.
On top of what we just saw at the demo from This Is Noise, they also have a software for the iOS, the iPhone, and the iPad that gives you the options to redirect, reassign MIDI messages from the controller that you use, the Wi-Fi controller or USB controller, to something else. Now, I don't have the This Is Noise controller with me today. I have this Korg Wi-Fi controller. So this is a Bluetooth controller. It works. It's connected to my software. It's easy. You just go into your Bluetooth. You verify that you have your nano key connected. I'm happy it works. And then what you do is you go into what they call MIDI Matic. Now, what's interesting is that this is free. So This Is Noise has this online. You go on, you just look for MIDI Matic. It's free. And of course, it works with their own devices. Yes, but it works with anything that is a MIDI generator that exists. You can connect it to it and then you can reassign stuff. That's really interesting because sometimes you have a software or a hardware device that does not support all the controllers or all the messages, and you wish you had a control somewhere on a device to control that specific control, that value you want to control live. So it could be something else. In my case, I have, knobs, so I could assign a knob to whatever feature I want. Let's say, if you look at what it works, the way it works, you've got learn. You can say, well, first of all, you decide to connect it. So I connect it to the nano keys, so it sees the right device. Then you get a controller. Basically, when you click here, you have a list of different sources. So if you receive a note, you could reassign to be a controller value. So a note could be controller, I don't know, the controller for the filter, for example. So you verify which controller you want to control, which value, which MIDI message you want to send to your software or your hardware, depending on how you set up everything. And then this could mean that as you go up the keys, it could reassign this to, I don't know, volume control or filter control, if that's the way you set it up. So it really can fix stuff when you need a specific control. So in my case, let's say I want to have, like on this thing, I don't have a pitch bend. You could see that this could be used as a pitch bend. Let's say I want to have this knob to be a pitch bend. So I could basically just click learn and move it and say, okay, it just saw that this was controller number 20, this one, controller number 20 on channel 1. Fine. And I want to send this to Aftertouch, for example, or let's say I want to assign it to pitch bend, which is a totally different message. And channel 1 is going to be least significant byte or most significant byte. I don't know if you know the least and most, but basically these are two ways to control to define the specific position of a pitch band. It means that it uses two messages and it's more precise. So, but it depends on the software or the hardware, the way it supports MIDI. Let's say I want to use the most significant byte. So it's going to move in bigger chunk or values here. So now this controls pitch bend. When I move this knob, it controls pitch bend. So what I'll do, I'll go back to, I just have a synthesizer here. I've got this one, so that's it. You're changing the pitch. But because it's not a normal pitch bend, it doesn't go back to 0 by default. It's a controller. If I press a key and go, it stays on one side and then stays on the other side. If I want to be back, I have to myself put it back to 0. But it means that you kind of fixed a control that I didn't have here, or you can assign stuff to a different destination. So this is really interesting. It's free. So if you want a solution to reassign a MIDI message from a vast range of messages. Now, if you go back here and you look at, it can even receive stuff like channel pressure, pitch bend. You could reassign pitch bend to become a volume control if you want. Song select, which is rare. Start, stop, continue. These are controllers that you could reassign start to become a, start could mean stop. I don't know why, but it shows how bizarre this could be depending on what you want to do. But this you should know, but when you select start, you don't have a channel or a number because start is a system message, not a channel message. But that is something I explained in a different video. The link should be here or somewhere there about the MIDI messages. So that's it. Pretty cool. Now, the next thing that would be great to have is to have more than just one. To have, can run, 4 of them at the same time, and you can reassign 4 different destinations. But we'll see. I'm just putting this out there. That's it. Stay safe, make more music. See you soon. Cheers.